here.
Thank you, thank you.
We were first introduced to you and met you at the Entrepreneur Night, or the Entrepreneur event that Ivory had, or shout out to Ivory, put together at Prima D Studios. Make sure to go check out Prima D Studios in Amityville if you need your hair done. She does my dreads. We are here, but in that meeting of us that day, it was great to hear some of the topics and hear what it is that you do. So I just thought it was we'd have to get you, just chop it up and sit in front of the screen, just to learn, And I like to, and we, not only me, but we like to listen to our elders and to get knowledge, you put onto something new. If you're living and you're not learning, what are you doing?
We're fans of the jewels. I love jewels. I'm really excited for you to come and you just drop as many jewels, and then you just be on your way.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint. Really excited about the opportunity to be able to, as you say, drop some jewels and share some wisdom with millennials, with young people, because I spent pretty much most of my career working with young people, adolescents, children, as well as their families and their parents in the psychiatric mental health system. So that was probably about 10 plus years of working in psychiatric hospitals, of working in community centers, community mental health centers, as well as schools that provide services to children with special needs, chronic mental illness, as well as adults as a primary therapist and as a administrator for mental health. So I am, with all of that in my experience, I am a staunch mental health advocate, but I look at mental health from a holistic perspective.
I love it.
So because, again, I think it's important for us to understand as one whole being, one whole spirit being, one whole energy being, that we can't compartmentalize when it comes down to our wellness. We have to look at the mind, we have to look at the body, we have to look at the spirit, we have to look at the soul. All of that encompasses who we are as a person, as a human being, actually as a spirit being or an energy being. When I look at mental health, I look at it from the perspective of every system, every area that we operate in, and that we have to interact with other human beings, because that's where the challenges come in.
Yes, I've definitely have learned that more and more, that it really is interacting with, people and different people just to get different perspectives, because as soon as you have a conversation with somebody, the expectation or the preconceived notion is gone, and you're able to live in the moment and find, what kind of person you're dealing with, or just seeing something that that you can learn from. I'm learning a lot just from striking a conversation with strangers. So I'm trying to do that more and more, is just be able to speak and open my mind and converse, because you go to find something just because you decide to open your mouth and not be timid to
and not be afraid to have a conversation, because you never know what you're going to learn. You can learn something from anybody and everybody. I learn from children all the time. I think children are the most fascinating creatures on this earth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they see things through God's eyes.
And they're pure.
Because they're still pure. They haven't crossed overs, like I would call it, where we get, kind of bogged down with all of the world's, ideology and convictions and conditioning.
Yes.
When I feel your love, 'cause I'm just a woman. These nights never seem to go away. I don't want you to leave when you fall in. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. Won't you stay with me? Why you are so emotional? No, it's not a good looking, some self-control.
They call them Jello, Mellow.
Jello, no, I'll just say
think
Jello.
so.
Cause no one ever told me if I wanted a guy to chase it. Or maybe they did. I just never bothered to listen. But I'm just...
Cause that smelly smell smells so.
Do you want to elaborate on what it is that, in relation to spirituality,
Yes.
can you elaborate on what is spirituality to you?
So spirituality to me is not religion. Let me say that. Spirituality is a very individualized, personalized experience and connection that you have with divinity or with God. And it's not about the labels. It's not about what you call him or her.
It's that feeling.
It's the feeling.
I know about that feeling.
It's the feeling. It's the relationship. It's the experience. And for each person, that is very different and individualized. You know, so it's sort of like what I talked about, that customized approach of meeting my clients when I was working with them, right? We're all very different. It's not a cookie cutter approach. It's not a factory type of thing. And I think sometimes, like everything in the world, we tend to commercialize or try to
pacify it.
Or spit things out, you know, kind of like put it, you know how you have like a factory and it's like one of those assembly lines.
Red,
you can't do
blue
that.
or something.
You cannot do that when it comes down to your spiritual experience, practices, and relationship with the divine creator. Okay, we have one creator. That much is clear. But you do have those that feel like, well, I don't call him God, or I don't call him this, or I don't believe in Jesus, I practice this, I practice African spirituality. You know, they got all these different things. I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, and this and that. And I'm like, well, that's all fine and well, and you know, you do what works for you, because I'm gonna do what works for me. And I think that's really what it should be about.
Yes, and I've always felt that.
Right.
And I've always felt that as a young kid, and that's when it came to religion. That's always was my confusion. Wait, why can't we just like agree to disagree? Like this is what helps me get up in the morning. This is what helps me go. This is my motivation. If it's Muslim, Christianity, Judaism, whatever.
Right.
That's how I always felt, and I don't think people have those conversations. Like it's okay to just have your motivation. If your motivation is not causing any harm to anybody or doing any obstruction, anything like that. If it's getting you up and it's moving you and you living your life and you love it and have family.
And that's what's key. And it's in what's going to be the thing that have you on a path to greatness.
I've learned this. I like to call it like we're all angels for each other. You know, as much as we're individuals and as much as we have our own aspiration to do things, we're also here for people. Because I've been in many situations where just because I did something or met somebody, I was able to help somebody else. And I was able to move somewhere else just because of a last encounter with just another person. And I just like connecting the dots with people.
Yes.
And I like helping people. And I'll make it short because it's a long story. But I met a woman one day, and she was old, it was late. I was at Penn Station going home. And I heard my name being called. And I looked and there was a woman like waving at me. She didn't call my name, but just I guess the way the wind blew, I heard my name. And long story short, her knee went out or something, and I just helped her get to a point where she can sit, and she was crying, and she was just so thankful. But I realized that's what life is. Life is supposed to be stuff like that, where it was just willy-nilly, but and she was trying to give me money, but it wasn't even about money. It was, you're good. I make sure she was good. She was by herself, and she called me an angel, and it was like, damn, now we all are angels for each other. It doesn't have to be just a spirit coming down in your dream or something, but just be able to lend that helping hand or just be that person that can just facilitate for that little moment, because it could be helping somebody across the street with groceries, whatever the case may be. But I definitely believe that we're all here, you know, for certain individuals who cross our paths and at the right time, you know what I mean?
I love that story. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that is.
That was beautiful. And let me just say something about that, that is, you heard her because you was in the right place. That was a divine appointment.
It was.
We all have them.
It was.
We all have them. And it's just that some of us are more attuned to it than others. And that's what I mean about that relationship and that connection with the divine. The more you're connected and the more you're attuned. And that comes through the practices that I teach, that I do for myself, that I do with my clients, the holistic practices, and really spending time with the divine.
Hello students, I am Master Hung Lo. I am the creator of the Me Too Self-Defense program. I created this program to help you protect yourself from the creeps in the workplace and everyday life. You want to see tough? I'll show you tough. Now you may be asking yourself why I'm wearing a white belt. That's because my black belt is at the cleanest getting clean. I am a triple-degree black belt trained by the ratchet cousin of Jackie Chan, Trappy Chan. Now the first part of the Me Too self-defense is the stretch. You must stretch before you start or you will pull a muscle. Watch closely. Damn, that hurt. Now, this next move I'm gonna teach you is called the vasectomy. This one's gonna make sure to protect you from all them creeps out there in the workplace. Watch close. Now this move, you aim for the balls. Grab, twist, yank. Grab, twist, yank. Repeat. Grab, twist, yank. Ladies, with that move, that'll make sure he'll never mess with you again. Grab, twist, yank. Ladies, this next move is gonna protect you from the creep that's grabbing onto your breasts. I call it the Stevie Wonder. Watch closely. Swipe, step, grab with the eye. Grab, twist. This next move was designed for when you in the club and you gotta make sure you keep one of them suckers off you. I call it bloody shoes. Now that I have blessed you with the Me Too Defense program, please call the number below to get your own personal Me Too self-defense kit. This kit includes mace, a knife, and some condoms in case you want to protect yourself, not only defend yourself. Alright, so call that number below. Also, we have our classes every Monday through Friday here at the Me Too Self-Defense Center down in Midtown, okay? So you make sure that you come see me, Master Hung Lo, for your own Me Too self-defense.
Something about the heart that reminds me of the pain. Every time I hear it, I think of your face. Yeah. I remember the tears inside I was feeling. What? I was listen. All of my friends talk about how I'm tripping. What? Over you get tripping. All of the listeners who want to see that. All of the crypto will come in the bag. All of the times that you needed me back. I was right there, why you couldn't see that, huh? You're telling me I act different now, baby. Is it true when you are all that I think about?
The time that we're in right now, we can't do anything as usual. Business as usual, school as usual, work as usual, family, love, relationships as usual. Nothing is the same right now.
And do you say that because of just all the information that we're just, I want to say drowned by, somebody will say just, but
It's true.
all
It's
the
too much
newness that's
sometimes,
coming
yes.
and all the stuff that we're just so gravitated to. Because my phone is there right now and I'm excited. Like, I'm glad.
That's
my phone is
good.
there.
Gives you a break to unplug.
And I have,
Yes,
to unplug.
we need to unplug. Yes, but also just because of, again, just where we are. And this year alone, 2018, was such a significant year, and we're at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Because this is an 11 master year. Anytime you see a number in sequence, a pattern number, 11, 11, 11, 111, 222, that's a number of significant. They call them angel numbers, they call them spirit numbers. But an 11 means that a mastery. So this is a year that whatever it is that you are supposed to do, and you have, 30 more days to do it, get it done. If you need to make a change in your life, you need to get rid of some bad habits, you need to get rid of some bad people, toxic relationships, whatever it is, write a book, go to school, whatever, change a job, move to another state. This is a time to really at least start putting it in motion. Because next year is, again, very powerful as well. Because everything kind of is cyclical.
Yeah.
But we are in a time, because this is, we want to get into astrological stuff as well. This is also the time of Aquarius, and that doesn't come around often. It comes around
every 2,000 years.
Yes, exactly. So this is why we've had 3 Mercury retrogrades with full moon. So there's all these different cosmo time type things happening, where if you didn't believe that we're all divinely connected to everything that the Creator has made, which is the sun, the stars, the solar system, the earth, the nature, the elements, we're all one.
Yeah. Oh no, girl, I was hoping that we get snowed in. Cause although everything's closed, you are open. We're all alone, so let me know if you get cold. Cause your body in this bottle of Moscato will keep us warm till the morning. Then it is breakfast and I am yearning for your porridge. Yes, she make me wanna get new Jordans for some poor kids. Girl, if it's Mortal Kombat, this victory is flawless. Oh golly, she leave me jolly like Mr. Nicholas Clauses.
I wanna rock you this Christmas Eve night. Party sweeter than a sunny delight. And to wake up to a Christmas so white, so white, oh white. Wanna rock you this Christmas Eve night. Body sweeter than a sunny delight. And to wake up to a Christmas so white, so white, oh white.
Santa Claus is coming down the chimney. Now let's hope that he doesn't find you with me. Cause if he's gonna go and start the looking, then he's gonna find me in your mouth get cooking. Marry me, cause I wanna make this a triple X. Yes, I hope that we make love till we make it to the naughty list. And no, I ain't no thief, but I get mad green like the Mr. Grinch. But yeah, I am a saint. If you giving up the cookie, you can call me Nick. I ain't no ho. If we under the mistletoe, like sex outside in the snow. No, girl, don't do me cold. I'm a dog, you can make a whistle blow. Yes, sir, you could be my dame like a sweetheart. Super Kappa, you got me hooked like a candy cane now. Shake it like a red nose, root off the reindeer. Take off your Uggs and your rain gear. I know your man ain't here. If he did care, then you would be there. Like, to be in your presence is definitely a blessing. I'm gifted, I am what you need. I'm lighting you up, cause I am the star that's on top like a Christmas tree. I shine.
I wanna rock you this Christmas Eve night. Party sweeter than a sunny delight. And to wake up to a Christmas so white. Christmas Eve. Oh, I wanna rock you this Christmas Eve night. Party sweeter than a sunny delight. And to wake up to a Christmas so white, so white. Oh, I wanna rock you this Christmas Eve night. Party sweeter than a sunny delight. And to wake up to a Christmas so white, so white. Oh, white. It's coming down the chimney. Now let's hope that it doesn't find you with me. 'Cause if you're gonna go and start the home, start the looking, then he's gonna find me in your mouth, in your mouth, in your melodic assassins down the chimney. Royale is coming down the chimney. 5B coming down the chimney. Royal Click.
Sweeter than a sunny delight, and to wake up to a Christmas so white, so white. Oh,
What's good? It's your boy K-So, that's K-S-O. We was just out in the river killing shit in Brooklyn, you feel me? The crowd was amazing. I love everybody's energy, you feel me? There was nothing but love out there. We about to perform again December 22nd in Harlem, so stay tuned for that, alright? I'm gonna be dropping a whole bunch of new music, a whole bunch of videos and stuff, so follow me at KSOSCUM on Instagram. That's KSOSCUM, you heard? I love you,
This is actually, I don't remember how many hertz it is, but it's for usually the upper chakras, because we have these 7 chakras in our body, and this is where if there's any kind of emotional imbalance or physical ailments, it's usually because one or more of the chakras are out of alignment. So this helps to bring everything back into balance. So. So you can use this to start meditation, to end your meditation, or to be the meditation. It's beautiful, and you can use it in conjunction with other types of meditation, like I say, chants, singing, sometimes a nice quiet song, affirmation, prayer. And it just adds a whole nother level. But like I said, I use different sizes of these bowls. They're therapeutic Zen bowls that I use on the body as well to do healing. And with the drum, you can hold that. The drum, and you can get any size you want. This is used to really hit those lower chakras, like our root chakra, our sacral, our core, especially if there's anything out of balance there. A lot of times when there's been some trauma, especially with women, we have a lot of root chakra, sacral chakra, and a solar plexus chakra imbalances. So I do a lot of grounding exercises with clients that have those problems in those areas, and I use this drum because it has a low tone, and that tone and that sound starts to move the energy and the blocked, stale, stagnant energy in those chakra areas to start the healing process. So I just wanted to show, like I said, so many instruments that I use, but I wanted to just bring those examples to show a little bit about what I do.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm so glad. It's been a pleasure having you here to learn.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
so
you for having
soothed,
me.
I'm enlightened. I don't even want to get up. I don't even want to get up right now. I don't want to get up.
But he just can't right on. So am I paying with this thing. really.
What's that? Changing the narrative. A whole lot of king shit. A whole lot of king shit.
You already know what's going on, man.
All hell.
All hell to the motherfucking royal clique.
A whole lot of king shit.
Whole lot of king shit. All hail to the royal clique.